introduction. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So I have two speeches prepared. I have a boring one to put you to sleep, and I have a more exciting one. Which one would you like to hear? The exciting one. I always develop two because you never know which one people want to hear. Some people just want the facts and want you to just lay on the facts really heavy, and other people want you to talk to them like a human being. In politics, we get so much of being politically correct. We can't really show our personality. I can't, talk about sports very much because, the person I'm talking to may not like Golden State like I do. They may be cheering for LeBron James to win the championship. No. I got the mic, and we're cheering for Golden State. But it is so good to be here today to have the time to speak to you about standing up, speaking out, and doing something. That's very important, but just before I begin, I want to know where you all are from so I know who I'm talking to. As an elected official, it means a lot to know who you're talking to. So by area code, is there anyone from one? Yeah! My man. Talk about it, buddy. Talk about it. All right, I know a few people from this area code, 704. Queen City, okay. This is a new area code I just learned about. 984. Yeah, it's very new. Very new. It's close by here, actually. I think that's all of them, right? I think that's all of them. So we'll move along with the speech. I'm just kidding. Anybody from 919? We have a few. I got you. Good. Well, as the chairman here, I've heard that 910 wins that contest. So good to definitely be here. I saw some people from Hoke County here, Miss Kathy Brown. Good to have familiar faces. Good to see you. Yeah. So let me talk a little bit. I want to begin by a quote that I saw in a movie, and it touched me so much in the movie that I went back and found out where it came from, and I learned it. The quote says, "Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light and not our darkness that most frightens us." We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, talented, fabulous? But actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. We were all meant to shine as children do. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. We were all born to make manifest the glory of the God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, but it's in everyone. For as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. For as we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. That quote was written by Marianne Williamson. And it's powerful because it speaks on fear and what fear can do to us as a people. Fear can paralyze you. It can cause you to not believe in yourself. It can cause you to only do the things that the people around you tell you that you can do. I don't know about you, but I've had haters when I was your age. I said, I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do that. They said, no, Alan, you can't do that. You're from Hoke County. You live down a dirt road. You can't do that. And I said, well, I want to at least try. But because they couldn't see themselves doing it, they wanted to tell me that I couldn't do it. But I want you to know something today. That no one has the power to tell you what you can do except for God and yourself. Because when you're able and willing to put forth the work and the effort, you can be whatever you want to be in this world. So all those people who told me what I could not do, guess what now? Now they're the ones, hey, Commissioner Thomas, how are you? Good to see you. I told my mother that I went to school with you. As if I can't remember 10 years ago when I was your age, when they were the ones laughing at me because unfortunately I had to wear the same pair of shoes every day to school. I didn't come from a lot. Times have changed a lot in the past 10 years. When we went to buy shoes in August, back then we had a tax-free weekend, I wish we had it now, but whenever we went to buy shoes, we had to buy black pair or a white pair. Why is that? Because they match with everything. And that's how we had to think about things. And because of the clothes that I wore, people would laugh at me. And people would judge me based off of what they saw. And I don't know about you, because sometimes people will look at you, people who don't even know you, and they will judge you based off of what they see. But I want to judge you based off of what I see. I see young people, your future is so bright, I need sunshades to look at you. Your future is so bright. You can be county commissioners, you can be senators, you can be executive directors. You can be whatever you put your mind to. That's why we're here today, to encourage you to get like-minded people together, to say, look guys, hey, look at us, look around the room, the same people you're sitting with now, when you get my age, you will be running corporations. You'll be sitting in the boardrooms, you will be at the commissioner's table, you'll be in the General Assembly, and you'll sit back just like I do with some of my friends and say, wow, if you had told me that I would be where I am now 10 years ago, I would have laughed. But that's what hard work gets you. I tell people to dream big, but if you work hard, even the dreams that you have are not big enough because you are not physically capable of dreaming what you truly can accomplish right now because you can't even see that far. Because you're much greater than the dreams that you have for yourself right now. Maybe you want to be a teacher, wonderful, wonderful profession. Being able to teach young people and mold them. You never dreamed that you would be teacher of the year. Maybe you want to be a doctor. You never dreamed that you would be the one to cure cancer. I believe in this room, we have the people. That when you apply yourselves and begin to not allow others to decrease your motivations in life, I believe that you will be the ones I will look to. I will look up to you as the future of this country. So when I talk a little bit about haters and all that, let me talk a little bit about friends for a second. Because as I am molding you for your future and trying to continue to encourage you to believe in the greatness that you will possess, I want to tell you about friends as well. Because haters can tear you down, but friends also can tear you down. I don't know, have any of you ever wondered, I have a weird mind. Anyone ever wondered why it is, first off, let me ask a question. Does anybody here know someone who had bad breath? I'm just going to be honest. Raise your hand. If you know someone that had bad breath, raise your hand. Be honest. If you're not raising your hand, you're lying. Let me say something. In my mind, I wonder, how is it can your mouth be so close to your nose, but that person not be able to smell it? Is that a logical question? Does that make sense to you? How can I'm further away from their mouth, I can smell it, but their mouth is right here, their nose is right here, and they can't smell what I smell. And what I found is sometimes you can be so close to something for so long that you can't even recognize it. And that's how friends can be. If you aren't careful, those people who you've grown to trust and love, if they're not on the same page, if they're not on the same path to success as you are, they can drag you down. That's why I want you to be focused, and I want you to be able to see the world with open eyes and say, look, either I'm going to take you with me, or I'm going to have to leave you. Especially when you get to college time. There are going to be people who go this way and people who go this way. Oftentimes, your parents can see things a little bit better than you. My mother used to tell me, hey, John, he ain't no good. And I didn't like it because John was my favorite basketball partner. Me and John, we win the game. If we were on the same team, we win the game. Yes, I can play basketball. I can play then, I can play now. I can beat everybody in this room. I got to throw that out there because some people think I'm old because I'm 28. I'm 28 years old. They think that's old. I'm not old. I'm still young, baby. But John was on the wrong path in life. And my mother had told me for months and months and months, look, son, be careful. He's not like you. And I said, Mom, yes, he's good people. He's good people. He's a good guy. And I still remember the time I saw in Walmart We were in Walmart shopping, hanging out, and he took a toboggan off the shelf, put it on, and said, "Oh, I like this hat." And he snatched off the little paper coat. And he walked out with that hat on. I was shocked. You know me, I'm a goody two-shoe. He rode with me. So I'm sweating going home because I'm looking at my rear view. The cop's gonna pull me over and I'm gonna go to jail too. I'm scared. But that was my out. What if he would have did something even worse and I could have went to jail over something John did? And that's not the real name, it sounds cool. John said twice. What if I would have got in trouble for something he's done? You know, so the big picture here is to make sure that the people who are closest to you, the people who affect you, they're the best people to be around. Because like I said, they will either build you up or tear you down. As I prepare to finish, because I don't want to bore you. I've been to a lot of conferences. I'm going to tell you the truth. I've been to a lot of conferences. And it was almost like when I was in school. Have you ever been in school? It's a subject you don't really care anything about. You just got finished eating lunch. And something happens to your body, your head begins to nod like this here. Anyone ever had that happen? I know I'm not the only one that had the doze syndrome. That's a bad feeling to feel like you're about to go to sleep. My man in the back, I see you. You know, you're trying to fight it. Your mind is saying stay awake, but your body's saying go to sleep. So I don't want to bore anyone, so let me go ahead and close this thing and tell you about a story. There was a man many years ago who was very poor in Europe, and he heard about America. And he heard about all of the different things that could happen in America, about how you could come to America with nothing and make something of yourself. So what he did was save up money for years, just so he could get enough money to get on a ship that would take him all the way to America. It's a long voyage. And when he finally saved up that money and he bought that ticket, he had the cheapest ticket on the ship. In fact, his room was at the bottom of the ship. Anyone that has ever been on a cruise, you know, you don't want to be at the very bottom of the ship. But that's where he was. And when he was on that long trip to America, he would walk out on the boat where all the people were having a great time, all the rich folks in their nice clothes, and he has on his shabby clothes. And he would see them dancing and enjoying life, and he would see them in the cafeteria, in the dining hall. Food everywhere. The best food you can think of. Go back to his room and eat the crackers that he had saved up. And then finally, when they made it to America, when he was getting off the ship, the guy asked him, he said, "Sir, how was your trip? Did you enjoy, the voyage?" He said, "No, the only thing I really didn't like was the fact that I had nothing. To see all those people enjoying all these things, and I couldn't afford it." And the man said, Sir, didn't you know that when you bought your ticket, that everything that came on this ship was included?" And the man's eyes were open. He said, "Wow, I didn't know. I'm here to let you know that when you work hard in this life, everything that you can put your mind to is all inclusive. If you're willing to work hard and go get it, you can make it. It's only when you begin to not believe that you can have that. That's when you can't have it. But I believe that the people in this room are ready to take life to the next level. Ready to have a good time. Understand you can have a good time and be successful at the same time. And that's when I look back on you and see all the greatness. I have business cards. I want to be able to shake hands with you, give you my cards. Yes, I'm on Facebook. Find me. You know, I'm sociable. I want to reach out to you because you never know. You never know when you can help someone else. So know that whatever I can do to help you in this journey, you may need a letter of recommendation to get into the college that you want. Allen Thomas will write that letter of recommendation. Whatever I can do to help you make it to the next level, let me know. Mr. King, thank you so much, Jason King from the County Commissioners Association of North Carolina. Thank you also to the directors and the leadership of 4-H. And lastly, thank you all so much for you who are here enjoying this trip in Raleigh. I wish I could be here for 3 days or 2.5 days. Enjoy this time together. Learn from one another. We have people from all over the state with 910 leading the way. Learn from each other. Learn from each other and know that we're all different, but that's okay. And take what you learn here, take it back with you. And become even better citizens because you were here. Thank you and God bless. Have a great day.
Who's not afraid to stand up, speak out, and do